Good evening, folks. Saturday night, and I got stuff on my mind, so here we go. Our good friend, Democratic Representative Sheila Jackson Lee of Houston. Thanks for that, Houston. Really, really appreciate you not giving a wombat's ass who you fucking elect, but I digress. Sheila Jackson Lee has introduced a new bill, the first of what I'm sure will be many attempts to strip all Americans of their Second Amendment protections. Her bill would restrict firearm ownership to those over the age of 21, but first, before you could be approved for gun ownership. Now let's think about that. uh, the Second Amendment is enshrined in the Constitution of the United States with the words "shall not be infringed." But under Sheila Jackson Lee's leadership, you would have to be approved for a federal gun license. And to get it, you would have to undergo psychological evaluation. And if you fail that psychological evaluation, you would not get a federal gun license and you would not be able to buy a firearm. Okay. And what's the grounds, you say? Any history or hospitalization for mental illness, disturbance, or a diagnosis, including depression, homicidal ideation, suicidal ideation, attempted suicide, or addiction to a controlled substance. Think that one over for a second. And then ask yourself, who's going to be making those decisions? Do I trust them to make decisions that are going to affect my ability to defend myself? Food for thought. In addition, under her bill, it would be unlawful for a person to sell or give a firearm or ammunition to another person unless the person has notified the Attorney General of the sale or gift. So forget about giving your kids, and if you have firearms, forget about giving them to your kids. Forget about selling them to anybody. So now, not only are they restricting your Second Amendment rights, they're also restricting your ability to conduct commerce. On top of that, it's, let's see, what do we got here? Those who pass the background checks and the psychological checks would be required to purchase firearm insurance at the cost of $800. And I guarantee you that would be per year. $800 per year. In addition to that, the bill also has a list of prohibited firearms. Top of the list, the Colt AR-15 or any models that duplicate its design. Any ammunition with a caliber of 50 or better, so any 50 caliber gun, any BMG, gone. As well as any firearm with a large capacity ammunition feeding device. That means any removable magazine. So we're going to limit illegally who can even apply for a firearms license. We're going to place strictly subjective arbitrary limits on their ability to qualify for this license, and then we're going to place an unreasonable financial burden on their ability to procure and keep weapons so they can defend themselves and their property with a brand new tax. They're going to call it insurance, but what it really is an $800 tax. And like I said, bet you that's going to end up being per year. And then, after all of that, okay, and if you think they're not going to keep a list of those names, you're smoking something. But on top of all that, then they're going to keep you from selling it to anybody or giving it to anybody. And that's after the fact that they've gotten rid of entire classes of firearms. That being anything that has a removable ammunition magazine. So we've reached that point where we reach in a lot of my videos, where I like to ask my Democratic friends, did you realize what you were voting for? Is this what you support? Because if you support this, you might be stupid. You need to think this over, friends, and you need to be calling your representatives and telling them under no circumstances should they vote for this. Because this is the exact opposite of not only standing case law, but is the exact opposite of the intent of the founders of our nation when they wrote and codified the Second Amendment. Okay? Shall not be infringed. And all this is a list of infringements on our ability to protect ourselves, which is exactly the point. They do not want us to be able to defend themselves. Now, remember, history lesson, folks. Who else in history has tried to take away the ability of the people to defend themselves? Oh, well, let's see. That was, the communists in Russia, the communists in China, the communists in North Korea, the communists in Cuba, and the socialists in Germany in 1939. So way to go, Democrats. You have put yourself in such esteemed company as Lenin and Stalin and Mao and Kim Jong-un and Fidel Castro. Now, there's a difference between us and them, folks. They don't mind that comparison because they admire and worship all of those people. All of them dictators, all of them despots, and the left looks up to and admires all of those people. Collectively speaking, between Stalin, Lenin, Mao, and Castro, probably close to 100 million people killed. And Democrats think those guys are the models of which they need to aspire. If you have Democrat friends, you really need to reevaluate that. I know I do every single day. All right. Just like I said, just a short message about that subject. I'm going to be posting a few others tonight. I've got a whole laundry list of shit I'm going to bitch about. At any rate, click like, subscribe, share this on your Facebook feeds. If you like what I'm doing, leave a comment, let me know. If you think I'm full of shit, leave a comment, let me know. More to come, but that'll do for now. Peace.